Previously on Survivor Branford. Both tribes were thrilled to learn of the merge, the former Parkside escaping the brutal toll the first half of the game had taken on their numbers, and the former Tyler given the opportunity to finally start to play. Tasha, Tim, and Steven went to work, using both old relationships from ambassador visits and new ones to find their spot in the tribe, feeling they had an in through the fissure Michelle and Pat's relationship had produced among the returning players. When the returnee majority settled on deferring a move on one of their own until at least the final 9, that left the only question if the vote would be split on the new players or all stacked onto one. With hope almost lost, Tim found the merge mission, and after being required to pull various stunts at tribal council, was rewarded with a hidden immunity idol. Immediately making use of the idol, Tim canceled 6 votes against him, including those of his old tribe mates, which redirected the vote onto Steven, the result of the former Tyler tribe putting their differences aside, and passing their first test of trust in executing a successful vote split. 9 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Oh my god, your thing was real, dude.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Didn't you say that to him before?
I told you.
Yeah.
You tried it though. What were you gonna try to do with it?
I was literally just playing it to find out.
Yeah.
Might as well get rid of it. Yeah, that thing caused more problems than what it was worth. That was scary. I honestly didn't think I was vulnerable at all.
We didn't know you were the target, but we had it
mind
was
freak to
covered.
see.
Split vote was really smart.
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed now. I was like, he doesn't have an idol. No way.
Yeah.
You came up with the split? That was smart.
Oh,
That was so smart. That was smart.
How did you know he was not? Well,
Whatever that
I
signal
know-
was, I did not interpret it.
I know you're changing vote safety, and I really do appreciate it.
Yeah.
I really do. I will remember.
Which I feel so bad about. But they
I'm
were
an
like,
idol,
they
who
were-
cares?
The last person I talked to was Sarah, and she was like, influenced them.
So I had to get up, stand up while I was speaking. I had to interrupt somebody, and I had to ask somebody how to spell the name. So, man, that was a rough game.
I feel so sad we lost Ethan.
I feel so bad. I'm just happy the way that it worked out, where I was actually able to use the idol correctly. My friend went home, but I'm still here. I'm gonna try and make something happen. I need to tell everyone that I was part of the merge mission, and I'm not actually a psychopath. Everything's gonna be fine. I'm gonna try my best to win immunity.
I still feel like we're at square one.
It's me and you.
I know. If we could go to tribal council, that would be super epic. But
We can do this.
Very good. Play with the idol.
Well, I'm just glad I'm still here. Now we're down to 9. Numbers are a little different. Maybe we could make something happen. Yeah. I'm very happy participant to whatever plan. I'm sure you guys have been thinking about all day what you would do when it's just like the 7 of you. And that's not going to last forever. So 9's a good time to strike. You guys are itching, I can tell. So let me satisfy the itch. All my cousins are like, actually, she voted for me. So it's like, I'm still here. I don't care. Like, I just want to move forward again. I hold grudges. You keep me around, you'll have a better chance at getting me again. 9 is a great time to make a big move. It opens the game up.
yeah.
And I think that's good for all of us.
I appreciate what you guys did say. It's like you couldn't say a lot. Like we understand, but like you tried to give like little nuggets.
The thing is, we had to get it down to 9. Were you guys good with that?
Yeah.
You kind of don't have it.
As long as it's not.
I did not clock 10.
You always gotta look at the worst,
Not even close.
the worst case scenario, and that was the worst case scenario. And
How did he find that idol so fast?
so it's gone, guys. Nobody look for it.
We don't have to worry about that.
We fulfilled our goal of getting to the merge as a unit, and we got Steven out. I'm further than I've ever been. We're gonna keep going. Absolutely.
I feel like Pat, you haven't given me a reason not to trust you.
Okay.
I just want to make it to day 2. I feel like that's been my goal.
Michelle and I were just talking, and she said that she wants to keep the solid 7 until the next day. I think that's good.
If anyone makes the first strike, it's very dangerous because Tim's just going to slide his way through the end, which is scary. I feel like it's just not the time at the moment.
It sucks because I do like Tim.
Tim played the post-merge idol. Tim's dangerous. He's a good player. And do I fully trust Pat? No. Come on. Tell me he's coming for me to my face first before we even enter tribal council.
I'm worried because last time it was split Tim Steven. It's just gonna be split me Tim.
I know. Nobody wants to be the one that, you know, makes the first strike. Once you
makes the most sense right now is to just kind of stick with the original plan of keeping the 7 of us together. It's kind of too late right now to make a big move. I think votes are going to go more towards Tim because we don't think he has any other advantage or anything. It may sound lazy right now, but I think that that's the best option for all of us.
7, stay the 7.
I think that it'd be cool if all 7 of us do second day.
Undefeated. I was saying to me and Tim last round, so might as well keep it.
So, I mean, do you think people are going to be still going with our original crew? I mean, I heard people were voting for 10.
If we draw a line in the sand now, then what's going to end up happening is we're going to start to pick at each other, and like Tim and Josh are going to coast through the rest of the game, and then they're going to have an amazing jury pitch about how they overcame the adversity and from a losing tribe and to rework the numbers. I think it's too soon. I'll have your back. So
I got yours. Do you want to try to do flip now, or
I
do you want to just go for 10?
I'd rather do Tim.
We were talking about voting as a team, but I'm gonna vote as what gives me as. Yeah. Do you want to start forming this? If we can take some people from the other team and put it into our group, we can have 6 people and make the noise. See, like in the past good races.
Danny was saying he felt like really close to Pat. He was like so in on us 3 and Pat with him, and then like bringing in a newbie.
Us 3 and Pat and him and a newbie. What?
We have to form the new group. We have to split the group. Like, it is the time. We have to come up with a new group.
You don't think pick out another blue player?
I'm thinking we could take advantage of those guys. We can add them to our group.
We'd have to be really tight-lipped and like not lead on to the red team that would think it would betray them.
We'll be able to do it.
Okay.
I know we'll be able to.
I just don't know anything about the people that are on our team. Like, what are they doing? Everybody keeps saying like, oh, the 7. Like, okay, but then what? Danny, Michelle, Haley. Those are like a first, a tier. The newbies are another tier. The 3 of us and Pat are like final 4.
I think that's easy, and then we take out Pat.
Yeah, we can control what happens, I think.
I like the idea of getting another newbie out.
Because once we make the first move against our tribe, then it's going to draw a line, and then it'll
So let's
kind
try
of
and
get chaos.
see if our 7 will stay strong.
We can establish new lines right now. We should probably get Michelle out of here.
No.
Don't you think? You don't think so?
I don't
She's
think
gonna
so.
be a problem late game. You know that, right?
Yeah, it's
Look,
We're going to stick to the original plan, vote off an additional newbie, and then we're going to try to form a new group of 5 to bring us to the end game. So, I hope this works.
In the first heat, we have Sarah, Michelle, and Brandon. Survivors ready? Go! The glasses they're wearing pointing their vision down at a 90-degree angle, disorienting to say the least. They'll likely be looking towards the sky in order to direct their vision straight out in front. The other castaways taking notes for when it's their turn.
Ow! That hurt.
Sarah runs right into the table, and Michelle drops all of her cups. These glasses not doing the castaways any favors. The task is to make a cup stack in groups of 4, 3, 2, and 1 before sticking the flag on top. But to further complicate things, only one cup has a hole in it for the flag, so the castaways will need to keep careful track of where it is. Sarah working on her second level, while Brandon loses it all. It just goes to show that you're never out of this challenge. One of these three will move on to the finals, where they'll have to do this all over again. Michelle using the strategy of double stacking some of her cups to make them more wind resistant. But they're not hand resistant, as those glasses playing tricks on her. Sarah has her last cup, now just needs the flag, and Brandon right there as well. Brandon able to take the first round by a very close margin. Next up we have Pat, Dennis, and Haley. Survivors ready? Go! We'll see if they use the same strategies as those that came before them, or if they have any new ideas of their own.
Where am I going? Wait! No!
Haley zigzagging back to the start, while Pat doing some high kicking to ensure that he doesn't collide with the table. Dennis biting down on the cup with the hole in it to not lose track of it, and Pat taking care of his flag cup first thing. Haley building a good base. Dennis right behind. One of these three will join Brandon in the final round. Pat has some catching up to do. And Haley loses their top two levels as she goes for her flag cup, opening the door for Dennis, and he's able to punch his ticket to the finals. The last heat has Danny, Tasha, and Tim. Survivors ready? Go! Tim and Danny look like they're out on their morning jog. And flags in hand, Tasha going to the ground for hers. Tim going to work while sitting, the first time we've seen that this challenge. Danny a little sloppy in the early going. Tasha's cup stack is down as well, and she knocks her flag cup off the table. Danny starting to find his groove. Tasha having to spend time retrieving her flag cup from the ground. Tim's getting closer. Danny just one cup away, now 2 cups away. Tasha needs to hope that both of the others lose their stacks. Tim making his final placement, but Danny beats him to the top and takes the heat. In the finals, it's going to be Brandon, Dennis, and Danny. Survivors ready? Go. The fastest running we've seen so far. Dennis whiffs on grabbing his flag. And all three are on their way back. What's sure to be a highly competitive matchup, as all three with a little experience under their belts.
Boys, we got this.
One of these castaways will be guaranteed their spot in the final 8. Dennis with a decent sized lead right now. Saving the flag until last.
Oh, Dennis, just at the last second. Danny wins immunity.
Danny, congratulations on your first ever individual immunity in Survivor Branford. You are into the final 8 of this game.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. As for the rest of you, one of you will become the next member voted out in Survivor Branford.
Danny was not my #1 pick to win that challenge. So I'm still a little worried that he has a... What if he starts getting antsy now?
I'm safe, so let me call shots. We need to get it working together.
I'm worried about taking Tim too far because he already had that big move.
I feel like Michelle could navigate the game better, which just makes her a little bit more threatening. We're pulling you in. We're voting Michelle out.
So what do they think is happening?
They don't know. They think they're voting for you.
For me, if I get idled out by Michelle,
Yeah.
I guess it's only right. Yeah.
We're good. We're good. We're good.
I actually think I have a little bit of footing in this vote, at least a little room to wiggle. Seems like people are thinking about voting for Michelle. I think there's cracks, so I'm gonna try and exploit them, and I think I actually have a chance.
Michelle's not in the loop, obviously.
Right. You voting Michelle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Haley has close ties with Michelle,
Don't tell Haley.
but don't tell Haley.
I feel like I really stuck my neck out for you last round.
That's why I'm trying to
and
vouch for you right now.
I'm down. I'm gonna rate Michelle.
If I do this, you gonna stick with me and go far?
Yes.
Because you'll be part of my core 5.
Yes.
You okay with that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I trust you.
You should.
You trust me?
Yes.
Okay.
If she plays an idol, then like one of us is going home.
Haley had the clue,
Okay.
but I don't think she ever found it. I don't think it was ever found.
I think people are voting for Michelle, but I need to figure out where that leaves me and how I can get to the end and have a good case. The wheels are turning.
It's the time now.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
All right. Yes. Okay. Done.
We're the group.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm beginning to get a little bit nervous. Not a lot nervous, but a little bit of paranoia. It seems like this is the turn. We're finally going to fragment the team, I think. I think Michelle is probably gone, is the word I've heard.
I would go Michelle if you wanted to, because she's like
More of a
hardcore,
danger
like,
later on. Like, I'd be okay with that. I'm happy to go farther with Tasha. I'm concerned about going too far with Tim. He already has that flashy move.
What are we going to tell Michelle? That it's Tim?
Seems like the flip over to vote out Michelle might be happening. I do honestly feel bad because, like, Michelle has been very genuine with me, I think. I think there's just too much danger, I think, to keeping Michelle around too long. And I think it is just makes for a more interesting game to have, to not just be wiping out the new players.
Planning to vote for me. Do you think she'll do so? That just leaves us vulnerable if they throw votes on us again, which is expected. I got you. I got you. Seriously, I got you.
Danny, I feel like he's not driving.
Yes, exactly.
I think in theory, all of the returning players except for Haley and Michelle know, and they think it's on Tim.
Okay. Are you like, I don't think he has an idol. It's not. And I would tell you. Okay. I'm gonna have to. Thank you.
Did you write his name down?
I did last time.
Yeah.
I wrote Tim last time. Yes.
True. Yeah.
That's why I said she's loyal.
Tribal loyalty. The question is, how long will it last? It's going to be very interesting the rest of the night.
Do you think we're still holding 7 strong here?
I would hope so. I mean, like,
You know I want to.
Yeah, because like my thing is like, I'd rather us make it tomorrow and then have it be like a battle, survival of the fittest, and like it is the easy way to make it there, and then tomorrow it's going to be a dog's race. If people like want to talk and stir things up now, I mean, it's just going to end up being like to like a detriment for some of us. Who you want out?
Between the two of them,
Yeah.
either one is fine with me.
I feel like Tim, he's overcome a lot of adversity. Being on the, against the numbers coming here, I think he has a really good case if he slips through the cracks and makes it far.
That sounds great to me. Okay.
Pat, and to be fair, when people were talking to me about like, oh, I've heard they were trying to try to see if they could make a crack. And like, oh, I've heard there were some tensions between you and Pat. At no point did I say like I didn't encourage it, and I wasn't like, oh, I'm voting Pat. No, or like I'd even consider Pat.
Well, hey, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think Pat will vote for just whoever I tell him to vote for.
We're going with Michelle.
I think it makes sense to vote out Michelle. No.
I don't think I'm ready to do that.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to start thinking about the strong competitors and getting them out of the way. If
Yeah.
we can pave the path.
That's
for
what
you.
I was thinking.
I would love to remain stable with 7.
Yeah.
So you will only vote for Tim or Tasha?
Not here to make waves.
Going to the other tribe out is not making waves. That's the least wave you can make.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So-
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I would love to stay the course. Danny is saying it's Michelle. Okay. I like Michelle's idea, and honestly, I've completely come around to Michelle at this point. She was the bigger person in reaching out and squashing the beef.
Are you serious?
I don't know. I'm just.
Are you kidding me? What is Pat's motivation?
I mean,
Tell
maybe
Michelle
he's
right
not.
now.
I feel like he's like feeling contrite about like how he was before, and he like didn't want to break up the seven.
Yeah, last time I talked to him, he's like, oh, 7, and I'm not going to go against Tim. And I asked him straight up, I was like, okay, so you're only voting for Tim or Tasha?
If I'm taking Michelle's name, are you good with that? I think we had a respect to her that we're going on.
All right, so what about
I mean, this is Michelle you're talking about. It is possible she has one.
I'm so conflicted on if we should make the move or if we should just go easy vote on Tim.
I'm still down to do whatever Dan tells us to do. And last I heard, it was to vote out Michelle. So
Okay.
whatever shot he calls, I'm down to follow.
Okay.
Michelle's giving me zero information, so I feel like she's voting for me. So if Michelle has an idol, I really hope that it's not me if she plays it. Like, I could have voted with Tim last week and gotten out Danny, but I didn't.
Yep.
I was like, mark of good faith.
No, you
like,
helped us.
trust for you guys.
So we'd like to work with you too.
Yeah. Great. I'm down to vote Michelle as the regular. I'm worried if she has an idol because then it's me and Tim.
Michelle, he's found a lot of idols in fantasy in the past.
I just watched season 7 and 8. Oh my god.
Always concerned with Michelle. Does she have an idol? Does she have an advantage that she's gonna whip out? So if she finds out about something like this, could really blow up. And
I mean, I have an idol that I've told Haley about because I told her, I'm like, listen, as far as I'm concerned, this is our idol. If you feel like you have to play it, it's in the sunglass case. It's out here. Take it. I am definitely concerned moving forward.
What did Pat say to you?
He was like, are we still going 7 straw?
Yeah.
And I told him, I'm like, I will.
Yeah.
And I hope that, the rest feel the same way. I bring a sweatshirt now because I can't bring sunglasses.
Yeah.
But I'll have it. Like, you play it now, or I play it now.
Unless Michelle pulls out an idol.
You and I need to figure out what's our next move because we're going to be the bottom of a tight alignment.
I know. I think the move is Michelle. This is perfect. This boss the game open. I feel like I'm in a decent position now. Tasha is in a great position. I think she's like untouchable at this point. But great shield. And I think she's like fully loyal to me. Like I think her and I are ride or dies. Will I go to the end with her? Now she beats me. I genuinely believe that this Michelle though, it's gonna be fun. But it's still a little scary, especially because Michelle might try and go for me and play an idol. Now let's break the game over.
So do you still want Michelle or you're not sure?
Fine on 9, welcome back to Tribal Council. Who wants to catch me up on how the last vote went? From my perspective, it seemed like a pretty garden variety split vote. Sarah, did the plan go down like you drew it up last time?
Yeah, I think it went down exactly with how we drew it up. The 7 of us said, like, okay, we got 7, they got 3, we have enough to split in case they have an idol. We did it.
Tim, does it concern you? Your first time that you really matched wits with these guys and they stuck together and there was really nothing to do. They were uncrackable, as someone said the last Tribal Council.
It's absolutely possible that me or Tasha are getting some votes again. But to say that me and Tasha are just automatically going to go next, I think anything could happen.
Tasha, I think there's a case to be made that if you're playing from the bottom, it could be easier in a way. You won't be blindsided. You can leave it all out there and play a little bit more aggressively. Have you stepped up your game in this particular round of play?
I tried to. Hopefully the conversations that I made and the conversations that I had weren't people just lying to us and they're splitting the vote on me and Tim again. But I feel like I made some good connections this round, so I hope that plays out this tribal.
Does anybody in the original Tyler tribe feel nervous at this Tribal Council?
you do whatever you want.
Michelle, what's causing you to feel that way?
Well, these combos are news to my ears, so I didn't know that people, I guess, from my original tribe that didn't so these are plans that I'm not in, apparently, so it's scary.
Danny, are you hearing the things that Michelle's saying she's not hearing?
there was so many conversations with so many other groups. I'm having a tough time keeping track of it. I just feel like with the numbers we're at now, like if someone's gonna try to make a move, now probably would be the time to do it.
Pat, where do you come down right now? Are you more looking to stay the course in this vote, or is this time maybe to put your stamp on the game?
I have stamped this game too hard as it is. And it's been stamped enough, darn it. I am a little perplexed by some of the things that I am hearing at this tribal council.
Haley, who do you think right now is the front runner to win this game?
I genuinely could see any person here winning this game right now. There's nobody that I could pick out right now that I could say would win the game.
Brandon, to me, I like that answer because it says the game is wide open. We have a bunch of players here who are looking to make their moves and pick their spots. How do you think this next vote is going to go down?
I'm a little nervous because every conversation I have, everyone seems super excited to work with me. And I love that because I'm excited to work with people, but it makes me nervous.
Dennis, I feel like I like to check in with you every year about how you're feeling in the game. Do you feel like you are continuing to be looked at as the threat of all threats?
Potentially my performance last year and kind of my struggle to find a foothold, like people found out like I don't have any kind of like magic potion. I've just played a lot and lost a lot. So like I've been happy. I feel like people have been receptive to playing with me, which I can't really say for the most part last year.
We saw an idol play last tribal council. Does that make people feel more comfortable that it would be unlikely for something to come out this next vote? Or is there always uncertainty in this game? You really have no idea what to expect.
I've mentioned it before to everyone, but obviously I am not usually that crazy at tribal council. I am sorry. That was part of the merge mission to get an idol that tribal, and obviously I needed it. But I want to apologize to you guys because I feel like I stressed everyone out a little bit, but did what I had to do.
Danny, apology accepted?
We'll see.
Is there anything anyone would like to add to the conversation before we do this vote? All right, then it's time to vote, and Danny, we'll have you go first.
I think you are one of the greatest of all time Survivor Branford players, but I gotta do what I gotta do.
Was included on our plan to get rid of Michelle. He may have forwarded that information to Michelle and to Haley.
I am nervous because those combos, I don't know if it was necessarily for show or what, but it was concerning to say the least.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Once votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Tasha. Tim. One vote Tim, one vote Tasha. Michelle. One vote Michelle, one vote Tim, one vote Tasha. Michelle. Two votes Michelle.
Michelle. 3 votes Michelle, 1 vote Tim, 1 vote Tasha. Michelle. 4 votes Michelle, 1 vote Tim, 1 vote Tasha. Sixth person voted out of Survivor Branford, Michelle. Michelle, let's grab your torch. Michelle, try this.
I had a feeling that there was a chance. I stayed loyal and I don't regret how I played. I was able to slip the idol off to Haley, so she has it. I could have used it, but like I said, there was a target on me, and I think that if I used it, it was buying myself 1 week. I had to hope that the people that I thought I was lying with were, going to trust me. They did what they thought was best for their game. Do I think it was a mistake? Absolutely. And now Tim is going to slide through the cracks, and honestly, he has a really good chance to win this game. I think it's better getting off earlier, because okay, yeah, it sucks, but making it to the end and then just getting caught also really sucks. So it is what it is.